Today I wanted to compare the DJI RC2 and the RC-N3 in a real range test. I expected to easily reach around 2000 meters. Instead, everything started going wrong. The signal became unstable, the gimbal started acting weird, I forgot screen recording on one of the tests.
Unlucky I did not record it.
And I almost lost it.
That's very strange. No clue where it is now. So today I want to test something that a lot of people keep asking about. What is actually the range distance between the RC2 and the RC-N3? So I thought, let's do a range test. So I figured out a location, I figured out a place so you can test the drone with the same place, same conditions, same open valley. I chose a place near the river because I thought that was a nice open area. But it did not happen the way I thought it would happen. It's officially the hottest day here in the Netherlands. It's 32 degrees in May, so maybe I accidentally also triggered a heat test for the drone. So welcome. So I don't know if this is a good idea today, but it's 32 degrees in the Netherlands and I'm gonna try to do a range test. But also interesting, will the drone be able to fly with this hot weather? So I start the test with my RC2 controller. So you see I still have the guardrails on it, so I will not do a really extended test. I will push it to 60% and then fly back. So let's see what happens. So it is flying. I will push it to around 40 meters.
Home point updated.
So it's in normal mode. And let's see how far it flies. Yeah, I chose to fly here because if something goes wrong, I can land in the grass somewhere and pick it up. But I don't expect it to go wrong because I've seen a lot of those range testers online and basically they all went well. Of course you never know. Probably nobody tested it when it was 32 degrees. Already at 83%. I'm flying with approximately 30 kilometers an hour. I will translate that into miles an hour. Oh, I have to. Okay, I already lost contact with the drone. Interesting.
Return to home.
So that was an interesting test. I did not align my antennas, so maybe that was the root cause. It's now auto returning to home, but I was not even that far. The thing is, because it lost its signal, it did do an auto return to home. So it decided to return back to me. Don't see it yet. Ah yeah, I see it.
Landing.
Yeah, we'll cancel it and then fly it home manually. So yeah, that was not the test I did expect. So I will switch the battery now. So what I think happened, I did not fold out my antennas yet. So I think that was the root cause of it. So let's start it up and we try.
Take off. Home point updated.
So second try. Let's see if it proceeds a little bit further than the previous time. I'll adjust my gimbal a little bit, my gimbal. So again, flying at around 30 kilometers an hour. So it's 48 meters high. Now 700 meters out. Now again we have a incorrect signal. So I will probably lose it again. So it's lost again. Now it's around 1100 meters. So really interesting. I see people all the time do this.
Return to home.
And I'm not able to go further than 1100 meters. I will fly it myself, because otherwise I will hit a church. Now I will switch to the RC-N3 to see if that's any better. Fun thing is, it's not about the battery, because I have power enough. I will now switch to the RC-N3 controller to see if that's any better. It's always interesting. I start up the controller and what do I have to do? I have to update the firmware. Let's try it with the RC-N3.
Take off. Visual positioning failure unable to return automatically. Pay attention to flight safety. Home point updated.
Oh, now again it's breaking up. So a good thing is they both experience the same problem. So it's also flying very sidewinded. That's very strange. No clue where it is now.
So while walking home, I suddenly realized something important. We are actually standing lower than the city of Renen itself, And that probably means during the flight, buildings and especially the church started coming between the drone and the controller. So even though it looked like an open area, it most likely lost direct line of sight multiple times during the flight. And honestly, that completely changes what this test actually was. Maybe this was never really a range test. Maybe this was actually a test of what happens when you lose direct line of sight with your drone. And in that case, the results suddenly make a lot more sense. The signal started becoming unstable exactly when objects started getting between the controller and the drone. So for a real range test in the future I need a complete open area, no buildings in between, and full line of sight during the entire flight. There is still one strange thing though. The gimbal behavior during the flights. Flight 1 looked completely normal, but during Flight 2 the camera seemed tilted too high. And during Flight 3 the horizon suddenly looked slightly tilted to the left. Now officially, the DJI Neo 2 is rated for operating temperatures between -10 and +40. So technically, flying at 32 degrees should still be within the safe operating range. But 32 degrees in Renen in May is extremely unusual. And drones can still behave differently in high heat. Batteries heat up faster, sensors can drift slightly, and gimbal calibration may become less stable after multiple flights in direct sunlight. I cannot prove that the temperature caused the gimbal issue, but it definitely makes me wonder if the extreme heat played a role, especially because the strange behavior became more noticeable during later flights.
So overall, this video did not answer the question which controller has a better range. So it did not say anything about the RC2 and the RC-N3. It gave me some new insights. So if you want to do a range test, you need a direct line of sight apparently. And the second thing that really was obvious, something happened with the drone because of the heat. In the next test, I make sure it's a lot cooler and I have a direct line of sight. So I hope that, like me, you also learned something here, and see you in the next video.